Hi there, it's Rose. Welcome to my channel. Today I am here to participate in the open collab hashtag Embellish With Us Wednesdays. Now this collab is hosted by my two great friends, Raina from Lilo Crafts and Marianne from Marianne's Craft Corner. And if you don't know those ladies, please be sure to check out their channels. They are amazing crafters. They post some beautiful projects, and you're definitely going to want to subscribe to their channels as well. So for today, let's start taking a look at what I have made for my embellishments. Now, this open collab is a great way for you to build some embellishments for you to use on future projects or to share with some crafty friends. I love the opportunity to jump in and make some embellishments when I can. So because we're still crafting for October, I wanted to get in there and make some Halloween embellishments. And this little guy is not one of the embellishments, but he is always my Halloween inspiration. And I actually keep him on my craft desk all year long, just because he's so fun. And I picked him up at Michael's years ago. He was one of those impulse buys at the checkout counter that I could not leave there. He's so cute and he is squishy. So a lot of inspiration comes from checking out this guy. So for my embellishments this week, I took inspiration from what was on my craft desk, which was obviously a lot of Halloween and just some miscellaneous crafty items on my desk. Now, I had cut these with some kind of wonky edge dies quite a while ago, and I had pieces of these sitting on my desk in various colors. This is beautiful two-sided watercolor paper. So I definitely wanted to use some of this on my embellishments. And I had, of course, some other die cuts and some thickers, some stickles, some ribbon. And, you know, when I make embellishments, I usually don't make teeny tiny embellishments, although I love watching crafters who do those. They're so much fun and so inspiring, but my embellishments always turn out a little bigger than I had initially intended. So I make a lot of what I call card layering embellishments or card front embellishments, ways that I know that I can grab an A2 size card, for example, and quickly have a card topper for that card. And maybe I just need to bring in a sentiment stamp or a sentiment strip and do some base layering on the card front, maybe a little ink blending or just paper layering, and I'll quickly have a card. So that's what I've done for this week, is I've focused on making some card toppers for Halloween cards, and they could also be used as bag toppers. They can be used on journals as well. They would be great for, you know, tucking in maybe a pocket on a journal, or, you know, using on a cover, or just an inspiration for a journal page. So let's get into it and let me show you what I made for this week. So here is a look at my first little card topper. Now, they measure roughly 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. And again, I just used some of these little dies that I cut out on that watercolor paper for the base layer, for some inspiration there. I did ink blending, and I used 2 distress colors, Candied Apple and Seedless Preserves, because I liked the color combo, particularly on this one that had a lot of green to it. And then, you know, my little die cut holographic ghost, a little rosette with jack-o'-lantern, that really pretty black lace for a layering piece there, and of course the skull, Trick or Treat, and another tiny little holographic ghost. And I did add stickle eyes and stickles in some purple and sort of like a glow-in-the-dark green for some dots there for texture and interest. Now initially I had these with just this die cut piece, but I wanted some stability for layering them on cards and projects, so I backed it with black cardstock. And the other thing the black cardstock did was it really helped those jagged edges to sort of really pop. Since I didn't know how or what project I'd be adding these to, I wanted that black background to really show off those great edges there to that die. So this has color, texture, and layers, and everything that I want in an embellishment. But you can see I don't make little teeny tiny embellishments. I make kind of big ones. So one day I'll learn how to shrink down my embellishments to make teeny tiny ones for just tucking in little projects. But for now, this is the size that I like to create. And they work well for the projects that I make. So here's a look at the first one. Now this one was on more of a pinkish red watercolor background, so I accented that with the candy apple. Isn't that great? Just great distress color. I absolutely love candy apple, and you know, funny thing about the distress colors, I have a pretty good selection in the oxides, but I have all the colors in distress and the distress minis. And what I have found is that I really go more for the original distress than the oxides, because the color doesn't dry down to a chalkier finish. It still has that pop finish to the colors. Now I love the oxides too. They're great for blending, but the actual distress colors stay really true to their color, and I have a tendency to craft more with those. That's a personal opinion, but you know, I like them both. I just lean more towards the distress. So again, a little rosette, those holographic ghosts, a boo, little layered cardstock sticker there, and then that great jack-o'-lantern where I did give him some stickle eyes in gold. Now I wanted to bring that in on a card so you could see what this might look like on a card front, just for an idea of a simple orange card with yellow patterned paper and then some other layers of patterned paper. And then, you know, you could just put a simple Happy Halloween sentiment or leave the sentiment for the inside. So that's what that one might look like on a card front. And here is another one with the Trick or Treat and just the ghost. And there is a bat that I've added some stickles to. You can tell I was really enjoying using my stickles. Don't always break them out, but this time of the year is perfect for crafting with stickles. So how many of you have stickles that you haven't used in a while and maybe forgotten about? Take them out and add them to your projects. It takes a little while for drying time, but that's okay. I just, you know, leave my projects overnight and kind of set them aside, work on something else, and then come back to them when I want to actually add them to a project, so I don't smudge the stickles, especially if I'm building it up. But in this case, I just did tiny flat dots here and there so that you'd see the sparkle, but it wouldn't be, you know, a big dome of stickles that could get pretty messy. So that's my third one. And here is a look at the fourth one. And again, seedless preserves and candied apple were what I used to dust the edges of that beautiful purple watercolor background. Again, the black really helps those jagged edges pop. And little stickle eyes on that jack-o'-lantern as well. Let's see what that would look like on a card front. And that's what that might look like. So super fun way to use what's on your desk this time of the year, or any time of the year. These could easily have been done for Christmas, obviously not with the ghost and the jack-o'-lantern, but you get the idea. It's easy to make embellishments with what you have hanging around. So I hope you enjoy taking a look. Please be sure to follow that hashtag Embellish with Us Wednesdays. Thanks to Mary Ann and Raina for hosting. Check out their channels as well. If you're new to my channel, I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell notification. Be sure to leave me a comment and let me know what you are creating. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.